Hey kids, welcome to another advanced math lesson. This one's called Rounding with Cinderella. First, I have to give credit to Miss Chelsea. She's the one who actually taught me the strategy. I want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to practice this strategy because rounding can be tricky, and here is an actual really fun way and really effective way to practice rounding. Let's get started. Rounding with Cinderella. If you've never seen Cinderella, Cinderella's a Disney story about a young lady named Cinderella who lives with her stepmother and two very evil sisters. Her sisters are really mean to her and they make her do a lot of work around the house, and stepmother is just very evil. The sisters go to a ball with the mom, and Cinderella wants to join. Unfortunately, the evil sisters keep her at the house. Finds her way to the ball, meets the prince. Later on in the movie, she becomes a princess. I don't want to spoil it. If you've never seen the movie, I suggest you do. But anyways, we can relate the plot of the movie to our lesson today. Let's get started. When rounding, there is one rule that I love to follow. It's called 5 and up, 4 and below. This is how it works. On a number line, we start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Here's 5 in the middle. When rounding, any number that goes from 0 to 4 will always round back. Any number from 5 and above will round to the next 10. That's the way I have found it to be most effective and easiest to remember. Let's try some examples to get us started. For example, 6 in this case rounding to the nearest 10, well, 6 would round to 10. So 6 to the nearest 10 is 10. What if we did 14 to the nearest 10 and go to 20? 10, we'll draw the middle, 15 and 20, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Let's find 14. 11, 12, 13, 14. And 14 to the nearest 10 would round down. Well, let's take a look at the Cinderella method, something that I said Miss Chelsea taught me, and it's very effective, and it doesn't require a number line, which is nice. If we're rounding to the nearest 10, the first thing we have to do is find the 10 in the number 14. Now, we count from 1s to 10s. Give the 10 a crown. We'll call the 10 Cinderella. Give Cinderella a crown. Look next door. Her sister is a 5 and above or 4 and below. Her sister is 4 and below. Nothing happens to Cinderella. She drops and her sister turns into a pumpkin. And our answer, 14 to the nearest 10, would be 10. I find that really creative and fun. Let's try another one. 54 to the nearest 10. Once again, find Cinderella. 1s and 10s because we're rounding to the 10s. Give Cinderella a crown and look next door. Is her sister 4 and below or 5 and above? In this case, she is still 4 and below. Nothing happens to Cinderella. Cinderella falls and her sister turns into a pumpkin. So 54 to the nearest 10 would be 50. You're all set. Now let's try another one. This time, we're going to see what happens when the sister is 5 and above. Check this. 76 to the nearest 10. Well, we have 1s and 10s. Give Cinderella a crown. Look next door. This time, her sister is not 4 and below, she is 5 and above. If she is 5 and above, Cinderella gains 1 point. and 7 plus 1 equals 8, and then her sister turns it to a pumpkin. So 76 to the nearest 10 would be 80. I don't know about you, I'm actually having a little bit of fun with this. Let's keep going. Now let's start using numbers in the hundreds. Let's start off with 123. The concept stays exactly the same. We're going to run this number, 123, to the nearest 10. Once again, find Cinderella, ones and tens. Give Cinderella a crown, but this time we have an extra number. We're going to call that number the royal family. For example, like her evil stepmother. This is the royal family. You cannot touch the royal family. And then we know how to do this. It's the same thing as we were doing before. Once again, check the sister, 4 and below or 5 and above. 4 and below. Therefore, nothing happens to Cinderella. The royal family's still there. Cinderella stays the same, but her sister turns it to a pumpkin. So 123 to the nearest 10 equals 120. Awesome. Let's try another one. 256 to the nearest 10. Once again, find Cinderella. We're looking for the tens, ones and tens. Give Cinderella a crown. The royal family, you cannot touch the royal family. Find Cinderella again, look next door. Her sister is 5 and above or 4 and below. That's right, 5 and above. Therefore, Cinderella gains 1 point. It's always going to be only 1 point. 5 plus 1 is 6. Her sister turns into a pumpkin, and the 2 stays the same. 256 to the nearest 10 equals 260. Let's keep going. This time, I want you to try this one on your own. 427 to the nearest 10. Pause the video, give it a try. Okay, kids, welcome back. We are trying 427 to the nearest 10 using our Cinderella method. Once again, find Cinderella. Ones and tens. Give Cinderella a crown. And the royal family, you cannot touch them. Look next door. Is Cinderella's sister 4 and below or 5 and above? She is 5 and above. Therefore, Cinderella gains 1 point. 2 plus 1 equals 3. The royal family drops, and then her sister turns into a pumpkin. So 427 to the nearest 10 equals 430. If you got it incorrect, no big deal. Rewind the video and watch again. Now let's challenge ourselves a little bit. Let's try searching for thousands to the nearest 10 and 100. Let's start off with 2,482 to the nearest 10. One thing I noticed that students have gotten confused about this in the past is they immediately start searching for the hundreds when the instructions say 10. Make sure you pay attention to what the question is asking you. You don't want to go looking for the wrong number. Again, 2,482 to the nearest 10. Ones and tens. And this now becomes the royal family. You cannot touch them. Look next door. Is Cinderella's sister a 4 and below or 5 and above? She is 4 and below. Therefore, nothing happens to Cinderella. Her sister turns into a pumpkin, and the royal family stays the same. Therefore, 2,482 to the nearest 10 equals 2,480. Let's try another one. 2,569 to the nearest 10. This time, you try it. Okay, welcome back. Again, we said 2,569 to the nearest 10. Find the 10. Ones and tens. Give Cinderella a crown. We found her. And the royal family, you cannot touch them. Look next door. 4 and below or 5 and above? 5 and above. So Cinderella gains 1 point. 6 plus 1 equals 7. And her sister turns into a pumpkin. And the royal family comes. 2,569 to the nearest 10 is 2,570. Let's try one more, and then we'll challenge ourselves even further. 5,486 to the nearest 10. Go ahead and give it a try. Pause the video. Okay, now that you have it, let's give it a try together. 5,486 to the nearest 10. First step, find Cinderella. Ones and tens. We found Cinderella, give her a crown. And the rest is the royal family. You cannot touch the royal family. Look next door. Her sister, 4 and below or 5 and above? She is 5 and above. So therefore Cinderella gains 1 point. Therefore Cinderella gains 1 point. 8 plus 1 is 9. Her sister turns into a pumpkin, and the royal family stays the same. 5,486 to the nearest 10 is 5,490. Not bad. Let's keep going. Now this time we're going to take numbers in the thousands, but we are going to be running them to the nearest 100. So it's the same thing. Now you just have to get to the 100. Let's try this. 6,743. No matter how big the numbers are, it shouldn't matter. The process stays the same. This time we're rounding into the nearest 100. So once again, find the 100. Ones, tens, hundreds. And the royal family, you cannot touch them. Now, once again, look next door. Is Cinderella's sister 5 and above or 4 and below? She is 4 and below. Therefore, royal family comes down, Cinderella stays the same, and her sisters now turn into pumpkins. Therefore, 6,743 to the nearest 100 would be 6,700. And we're all set. Not very different, just an extra number, no big deal. Let's try 8,472. 8,472 to the nearest 100. Once again, ones, tens, hundreds. Found Cinderella. Royal family, cannot touch them. Look next door. Her sister is a 4 and below or 5 and above? She's a 5 and above. Therefore, Cinderella gains 1 point, and we do the rest. Royal family, 4 plus 1 is 5, and then her sisters turn into pumpkins. 8,472 to the nearest 100 would be 8,500. This is a lot of fun. Let's try one. This time you're going to try this one on your own. 9,859 to the nearest 100. Once again, doesn't matter how big the number is, the process stays the same. Don't let it scare you. Pause the video, give it a try. Okay, welcome back. Let's try this. 9,859 to the nearest 100. Ones, tens, hundreds. We found Cinderella, give her a crown. Royal family, cannot touch them. Look next door. Is her sister 4 and below or 5 and above? She is 5 and above. Therefore, Cinderella gains 1 point. And now, let's try our math. Royal family stays the same. 8 plus 1 is 9. and her sisters turn into pumpkins. Therefore, 9,859 to the nearest 100 would be 9,900. Group, I really hope this helps you. Remember to thank Miss Chelsea for the strategy. She taught this to me, and I wanted to make sure that everyone got a chance to learn it. So give her a high five after you watch this movie. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.